Irfan Habib is an Indian historian of ancient and medieval India, following the approach of Marxist historiography. He is well known for his strong stance against Hindu and Islamic fundamentalism. He has authored a number of books, including Agrarian System of Mughal India, 1556 to 1707. Early life and education. Habib is the son of Muhammad Habib, an historian, and Suhaila Habib. His paternal grandfather was Muhammad Naseem, a wealthy barrister and nationalist, who funded the Lucknow session of the Indian National Congress in 1916. His maternal grandfather was Abbas Tyabji, a close associate of Mahatma Gandhi, who became the Chief Justice of the High Court of Baroda. His wife Sayara Habib taught as professor of economics at Aligarh Muslim University. His second son Faiz Habib is cartographic assistant in archaeological section of Centre of Advanced Study. Academic. After he returned from Oxford, he joined AMU as a member of the faculty. He was professor of history at Aligarh from 1969 to 91. He is presently appointed as Professor Emeritus at the Department of History of the AMU. He delivered the Radhakrishnan Lecture at Oxford in 1991. He is an elected corresponding Fellow of the British Royal Historical Society since 1997. Habib has worked on the historical geography of ancient India, the history of Indian technology, medieval administrative and economic history, colonialism and its impact on India, and historiography. Amir Kumar Bagchi describes Habib as one of the two most prominent Marxist historians of India today and at the same time, one of the greatest living historians of India between the 12th and 18th centuries. Positions. He was coordinator, chairman of the Centre for Advanced Studies, AMU from 1975 to 77 and 1984 to 94. He was chairman of the Indian Council of Historical Research during 1986 to 90. He was the General Secretary, Sectional President, and then the General President of the Indian History Congress. Philosophical and political views. Habib identifies himself as a Marxist and uses Marxist historiography in his work. Habib has also written books about Vedas and Vedic age. He considers Vedas to be a good historical source, which describes the oral transmission in a priestly culture that valued faithfulness. He further lays out the reasons that the texts were orally transmitted for hundreds of years, then they were finally written down. Habib had a sustained commitment to secularism. He led the historians at the Indian History Congress of 1998 who moved a resolution against the saffronization of history. He has said that the BJP government at the centre, which was in power from 1998 to 2004, especially the MHRD minister himself, were responsible for inventing facts and dates to suit their interpretation of Indian history. To counter Irfan Habib, Murli Manohar Joshi released a book which rebuts the history of what the former minister calls Habib & Co. honors. Among the first 6 Jawaharlal Nehru Fellows, 1968. Watchamal Prize of American Historical Association, 1982. Padma Bhushan, 2005. Ibn Sina Memorial Lecture, 2009. Selected publications. Books authored: The Agrarian System of Mughal India 1556 to 1707. First published in 1963 by Asia Publishing House. Second, extensively revised, edition published in 1999 by Oxford University Press. An Atlas of the Mughal Empire. Political and economic maps with detailed notes, bibliography, and index. Oxford University Press, 1982. Essays in Indian History, Towards a Marxist Perception. Talika Books, 1995. The Economic History of Medieval India. A Survey. Talika Books, 2001. Medieval India. The Study of a Civilization. National Book Trust, 2008. People's History of India, Part 1. Prehistory. Aligarh Historians Society and Talika Books, 2001. People's History of India Part 2. The Indus Civilization. Aligarh Historians Society and Talika Books, 2002. A People's History of India Volume 3. The Vedic Age. Aligarh Historians Society and Talika Books, 2003. A People's History of India, Volume 4. Mauryan India. Aligarh Historians Society and Talika Books, 2004. A People's History of India, Volume 28. Indian Economy, 1858 to 1914. Aligarh Historians Society and Talika Books, 2006. Books edited: The Cambridge Economic History of India, Volume 1, 1200 to 1750. UNESCO History of Civilizations of Central Asia, Volume 5. Development in Contrast, from the 16th to the mid-19th century. UNESCO History of Humanity, Volume 4. From the 7th to the 16th century. UNESCO History of Humanity, Volume 5. From the 16th to the 18th century. The Growth of Civilizations in India and Iran. Seek history from Persian sources. Akbar and his India. India. Studies in the History of an Idea. State and Diplomacy under Tipu Sultan. Confronting Colonialism. Medieval India 1. A World to Win. Essays on the Communist Manifesto.